if there is no methodology, then you are leaving too many things up for chance. So what is methodology? It is a way of teaching. And there's many different ways of teaching. So you could have an equally successful methodology. But for us, what we've decided to do, Darren and myself, with Rob's overall supervision and permission, is we've aligned our methodology with what we think we should align it with, which is really the US Soccer Federation way and the MLS way combined. The MLS is educating their academy coaches with the French formation license. Darren was on the first French formation license course. So it is important that we are aligned with how they are teaching at that course, because MLS is the highest level of the game in our country. The director of coaching education for the US Soccer Federation, Didier Chambaron, is a Frenchman, and I'm very fortunate that I get to work with him because I'm one of the few educators for the A senior license for the pro course. So aligning our methodology with the highest level of the game in our country, which is influenced by the French, is very important to us.
When you say methodology, most people think of X's and O's. Yes, there's a methodology. There's a microcycle, there's a macrocycle, there's a mesocycle. There's phases to teach in the game, and there's principles within those phases. But methodology for us is the whole package. It's how you treat your people. It's the HIRES principle, which is our acronym: humility, intelligence, respect, effort, and standards. It spells HIRES. Why? If you're not humble, it's not gonna work. Okay, you need to be intelligent as a soccer player. And when you're working with young players, you have to help them with that intelligence. You have to respect everybody. You obviously have to have effort. And then last year we added standards to it. Like, we can't allow, once we get to a level, for it to drop. That's part of methodology. That's every day. That's being a good human being. That's having character.
His game and his character, I think, have increased tenfold because of the environment. They ask him to be professional. You're in an environment in front of lots of people watching you, whether it's on TV or at home, and to ask someone that's not really technically an adult yet to be an adult is a lot to ask, but it seems easier when you have such good role models. Off the field, it shows as well. At home, like I can say he's grown tenfold in his maturity and how he might treat a situation mentally.
When I think he's learned respect, like he's playing with grown men and he's around a professional organization, and he's gained respect, and he then shows more respect. I find that he's in situations and it's like, Griffin wouldn't have done that maybe a year ago. Like he's grown as a young man, and I think that's just this culture that they keep on talking about, just rubbing off on him. Whether it's in the locker room, whether it's on the field, whether it's on the bus ride coming down, it's the culture that they've built.
We're very much focused on giving a structure, giving principles, and appropriate support through the structure so that the teaching is the most effective. And it is geared towards autonomy for the players. It takes time to learn the game. It takes time to learn the concepts that are incredibly crucial for becoming a high-level soccer player, because it is about controlling and understanding time, space, manipulation of space, interference with opponents, etc., etc. So if we have young players who, from 12 years old, from 13 years old, are educated towards that end goal, we are giving everybody an opportunity to develop to the highest possible level. So even when they leave Richmond and they go to play in other clubs, they are going to be more likely to be picked up by higher level universities or go to different environments of a higher level, because they understand the game and they are going to be more consistent.
Yeah, I would tell you that we want all of it. The Ivy, our U20s, all the way down, whatever we run, we want it all together. Not always has to be perfectly the exact same methodology, but in general, yes, we all do it together. Last year, November, December, I ran a multitude of training sessions for the 16s, 17s, and 19s in our U. I coached games. We watched video. I've watched all of the games that Connor's coached for our U20s. We watched the whole cup in Tampa. You know, we had got 4 or 5 guys there that did well. Landon and Gabe were recognized. So it was James Snedden. You know, The point is, it's all one cluster of a group of people, and what we have to make sure is that perpetuates. No matter what we're running, no matter who we're partnered with, we have to do that, and we're not quite there yet. Like, it's still a process.
I think you can see the benefits on the field and off the field. I think on the field, our style of play is very ambitious. Arguably, it is the most ambitious style of play because we want to have possession, we want to dominate the game with the ball, and we want to get the ball back as fast as we can. And in order to do so, the players are constantly challenged cognitively.
When you take methodology and you wrap your head around it, most times when I talk to youth soccer directors, they look at me like, oh yeah, we do that, or that curriculum, or this, whatever. That isn't what methodology is your secret sauce. It's what matters. It's the piece that when players leave you, they're their best potential, both as a human being and then as a soccer player. And look, we're gonna work hard to get better at that every year, and we're gonna fail sometimes. But I think we have a good start to this thing, and you can see it in the players we have around.